Bore da, shwydych chi? Fy enw I yw Callum and Skye Weekly.
Oh, what did you just say?
I just introduced us.
Oh, say again.
Bore da, shwydych chi?
Hordash.
Bore da,
Boreda.
shwydych chi?
Shiraki. I don't know how people
Have you got
get
something
that.
stuck in your throat
No,
or
but
what?
you like rolls. You was like,
Shwydych chi?
Shiraki.
Anyway, I was just saying.
What was that? A bit of
Bit of Welsh, yeah.
Bit of Welsh.
Yeah, we're mixing it up today. We're keeping it fresh and fruity.
Mr. Welshman. Say less. Okay.
I introduced us, so now we're just going to dive straight into an episode. I don't even know what episode it is now, but
yeah.
we're
Who
going.
knows?
We're going with the punches. We're rolling with the punches.
Absolutely. I'm excited for today's episode.
Me too. Me too.
Because we're going to be touching on toxic relationships, our personal toxic relationships, and then I think we've got some stuff to read out from our audience.
Oh, that's good. Well, we got to give advice.
Yeah, I really want to give advice.
Yeah. Okay.
Or just our opinion. I don't
Yeah.
know if we're capable of giving advice.
I think we can. We're definitely capable of giving advice, but whether it's good advice or not is question. Like that's the question, really.
Yeah, 100%. And like, I'll just be so blunt. Like, I feel like it's better for someone to hear the truth than for it to be sugar-coated so they don't get it mixed up or twisted. I'm excited to see what people write in.
Yeah, we got a big list.
Okay, cool. All right. Do you want to start with any toxic relationships you've had?
Is that a trick question? Every single relationship I've had has been toxic.
Yeah, it's probably you.
I know. I'm starting to think it is me, but
It would be us for sure.
Yeah, it would. But I'm sad. The thing is, you got to accept that it is probably you, but it's up to you if you want to be better or not.
Exactly.
You know? And I feel like the more toxic relationships you have, the more you can navigate them and you're more aware of what is going on. So you can be better, a better version of yourself and a better version for your partner, you know?
Yeah, and the thing about me is I feel like I'm really easily manipulated because like I just automatically assume that someone's telling me the truth.
Yes, right. That's naive. You feel like you're
naive.
naive.
Yes, very naive.
Yeah.
So I feel like it's easy for people to make out that they're doing the right thing for me, but it's not really. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I get that.
I feel like they're looking out for me or helping me out or they're doing certain things because they love me, but it's really they just want to control me.
Yeah, okay, I get that. And I feel like when it comes to relationships, you can be manipulated in so many different ways, but like I always believe that actions speak louder than words. So like somebody can tell you what you want to hear, but over the course of the time you're seeing them, their actions will always speak volumes.
Absolutely.
You know?
So many people can just talk shit.
Yeah, 100%.
And some people are so convincing when they speak.
Yeah.
It could be scary. It's like scary. Okay, so what's been your most toxic relationship? Or things that have happened in a toxic relationship for you?
For me, it's always been, I feel like it's both parties.
Yeah.
With the girls. It's never just one-sided. I feel like good people bring out the best in you. Toxic people bring out your toxic sides.
Or you can just like really clash with someone.
The thing is, for me, I feel like if I really like somebody, like I'll do the most.
Yeah.
And then with all the toxic relationships I've had, well, it's mainly one, but like the love is so strong that like,
wait,
it's
is this
toxic.
recent?
Yeah, it's fairly recent. Yeah, it's fairly recent. And I feel like...
do I know who you're talking about?
Yeah, of course you do.
Wow.
I just feel like when you love somebody, like when you really love somebody, it's like a roller coaster because your emotions are so high, but then the downs are so low, you know?
Yeah, and you feel everything.
You feel everything and it's toxic. It can be toxic, right? But I don't want to admit it, but I like that because I would rather have the love for somebody which is like crazy and deal with the lows than have like a relationship where like, yeah, I love them, like I kind of like them, but it's just monotone and it's boring and it's like,
but
it's somewhat healthy, they would say, but it's not like love.
Yeah, but I think that people can be madly in love and still have a healthy relationship. I just don't think that maybe you've experienced that.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. I agree. But I feel like
if you've got a healthy relationship, you're boring and not in love.
What? No, I'm not trying to say that. I'm just saying that like when you're in love, when you're really in love and you're passionate, that the highs are going to be way higher than the average, but then the lows are going to be a lot lower than the average. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, definitely.
And I feel like as well with me and my relationships, the toxic ones have always been push-pull.
Push-pull? What do you mean by that?
Like all my toxic relationships, looking back now in hindsight, it's like push-pull where like I will chase them, I will want to do the most for them, and then they're not too bothered.
Yeah.
And then they finally want to be with me.
See,
and then
that's
they're pushing to me. Then I'm like, oh, then it's like that constant push-pull. Do you know what I mean by that?
That's the thing with modern dating. I feel like everyone's just trying to play a game.
Yeah.
But why is that now no one's ever on the same level when it comes to like attraction and like?
I feel like it's just because in today's society, people have so much accessibility to other people.
Right.
Like you can go out and you always think that you're going to get better, the next best thing. And like, you can't fully commit because you think you might get better. You know what I mean? Whereas back in the day, it was kind of like a bit more simpler. You like somebody, they like you start a family and you commit to that person and you spend the rest of life with them. But now you can, there's social media, you know, you got DMs.
It's easier. Like everyone's more accessible.
Yeah. And it just ruins relationships, you know?
Yeah. But I mean, like in the early stages of dating, it's always one way or the other. It's always the girl likes a guy more or the guy likes a girl more. And like, I feel like if a guy starts being a nice guy and genuine and just being like, this is who I am, I like you, without acting like a bit of a dick or like whatever, the girl's like, ew, that's a turn off.
Yeah, well, that's what I say. Nice guys finish last.
But they don't.
They do.
What about nice girls?
Nice girls finish last too.
Really?
I'm sorry, but yeah, they do.
So there has to be an aspect always of like what?
I don't know. Just from my personal experience, the nice girls, they never really
do it for you.
Do it for me. And it's not because I don't want a nice girl. It's just because I feel like I've got a strong personality. So I need a girl that's also got a strong personality that can pull me in line and not put up with my shit.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
I need to pull a girl in line and so that I don't put up with her shit, you know? Whereas if it's a nice girl, then it's like she's not doing anything wrong, but like it's not the same.
Anyway, you haven't gotten to the toxic relationship part. Give us an example. So do you want me to give an example?
Yeah, you give an example.
Okay, so for example, this first boyfriend that I ever had, right? He was the only guy that I was seeing, having sex with, hooking up with, but he would just go out and hook up with other girls and like, I don't know why. And I think it was because I allowed that, which I would never, ever in a million years allow that. But that was just how it was. Like it was open for him, but not for me. And I think it maybe was because like I didn't really have that desire to seek out anyone else. But he would like show me videos and be like, look at this hot chick that came to my house. And I would sit there and be like, cool, bro.
Why would you even sit there in the house? I'd be like, see you, mate.
I know.
Go and see that hot bird then.
Yeah, I know. But I don't know why I didn't care, but it was really weird. And yeah, he would always just show me videos and of other girls and talk about other girls and whatever. So that was really toxic.
Yeah.
And then it wasn't until like I had gotten with one of his mates and he was like, what are you looking at me like that's wrong? Because it is.
No, it's not. But I can imagine how his head would be now.
Exactly.
But then he can't say anything.
Exactly. But so I was like, you know what? I'm fucking sick of this. Let me see how you feel if I acted the way you acted.
Exactly.
And then did that. He was absolutely just shattered. And I'm like, well, that doesn't make sense. It's a bit hypocritical. And then I was also in a domestic violent relationship with this guy who was an absolute head case. And I remember one day he like stole my laptop and like wouldn't give me my laptop back so I could leave. And then he ended up like chasing me around the block and just like smashing my laptop. Yeah. And then there was another time, same dude, I went through his phone and he was messaging his ex. And I'm like, and I don't think going through your partner's phone is the right thing to do. But this was like, I don't know, 12, 13 years ago, probably more. And I was like, what's this? And he started getting real angry and we got into like a, domestic thing. And he'd already hit me prior to that and we'd gotten into like physical fights. But the thing with me was I didn't just take it. I was like, no, come on, let's go.
I can imagine.
It was pretty bad, bad on both parts, but more so him because he was obviously so much stronger than me and he actually did hit me bad and I was defending myself. But yeah, he ended up chasing me again around the block. And I remember running into this house where there was all these tradesmen. And I'm like, call the police, call the police. He was just like standing there waiting for me to come out. And then one day it just clicked and I was like, I've got to stop this, because there would be shit like that happening all the time. Like he would rock up to my house and like scream through the gate like your daughter's
it's just not healthy.
It's like the most rogue shit.
But it's hard because sometimes when you're in those, maybe not to that extreme, but when you're in toxic cycles, like relationships where like you're good for a couple of days, couple of weeks, whatever, then like something big happens and you know you both feel shit, you're anxious, you don't feel secure in your relationship, but you still love them. You go back to them because they're comfortable, it's familiar. Then it's good for a couple of days and it goes shit again. That's a toxic cycle. And like at that point, I feel like people need to decide, like, is this how I want the rest of my life to look? And if it doesn't, you need to just simply walk away, do no contact, and literally move on.
But looking back at that situation and where I am now, I wouldn't even stand for that. Like the fact that I kept going back to him after he did all those disgusting things to me and treated me like that is scary. Like I was
100%.
literally putting my life on the line for what? But I feel like you definitely build boundaries the older you get, and you know your worth a lot more. So you're right. These relationships do teach you like, what is my worth? Like it forces you to take a step back and be like, okay, what am I willing to put up with? What's okay? What's not okay? And what do I believe that I deserve?
But I feel like every part of every relationship I've had that's broken up, whether I've broken up or it's been mutual or what have you, like, obviously it's uncomfortable. Breakups are like the hardest thing anyone has to go through, I think,
have like a fear.
Yeah,
of
it's
breakups.
it's the hardest thing anyone has to go through. But what you can do is you can fuel this
hurt
energy.
And pain.
This hurt and pain that you have in your body, I just consider it as like an energy, right? You can either sit in your sorrows and feel sad and feel guilty and, feel like put yourself down, or you can use that energy inside of you to make yourself better in every single way, shape, form. And you have ultimate power when you're in that negative headspace. Like if you fuel that into like feeling good, going to the gym, spending time with family, friends, like you will come out. I know you might not see it when you're in that like moment, but in a couple of weeks down the track, you'll look back and think, wow, like I really had so much growth in that like 2-3 months. And like you think, what was I even doing with that person?
Yeah,
like
100%.
But it's just hard at the start.
It's so hard. And like that feeling and those memories of just like being so uncontrollably sad and just like crying into a pillow and not being able to breathe. I'm like, oh my God, I'm like terrified. But breakups do help you grow 100%.
I think if I look back at all like my breakups, like there's been times where I've gone through a breakup and I can look back now and be like, wow, like for the 6 months after that, that's when my life just went so much better in every way, shape and form. With breakups, I feel like there's 2 ways you can go about it. And based on my experience, the worst way that you can go from a breakup is if you break up and then you start to try and fill that void with other people. You will never be happy.
That's literally what I've done though my whole life. Like I don't even think I've ever had a period or a time that I've been on my own or been single.
That's where you get like the most growth, I think personally from my experience, because if you just go out and fill a void, you're basically just setting yourself up for failure because you're not being able to allow yourself to grow. You're not able to sit in that like uncomfortable thoughts.
And it's important to sit in those feels, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, because that's where you grow, because that's when you really like, you have the most healing and the most growth.
Yeah, and you get to know yourself.
Yeah, and if you feel like you can just fill a void by going on another date or start seeing somebody else straight away, they will never compare to that person, because that person you're still emotionally attached to. You're still attached to that person. You're trying to fill a void and it's like, you're never going to be happy. And usually like it's happened to me. It happened with Sasha. When I was with Sasha, like I moved on pretty much within a week to meet Sasha. And at the time I was like, oh, this is good. Like it's taking my mind off this breakup. But really it didn't last because I wasn't healed. I wasn't like ready to move on. I just filled a void.
Yeah, that's very true. So true. But I mean, with all my rebounds or like next boyfriends, I've always thought like, okay, they're getting better.
Like we're upgrading.
We're definitely going up the
up the ranks.
Yeah.
I actually want to say one more thing with that, what we just said.
What?
About like relationships and guys.
Okay.
I often like hear that like women are like, oh, I'm not sure if he likes me. Like, I don't know if he's I don't know if he's gonna work out and all this sort of stuff. I just want to make it clear from a guy's perspective.
Yes, tell us.
us guys know when we want to be with somebody.
Oh my
right?
God. I always tell my girlfriends, I'm like, if he wanted to, he would.
Yeah, like if you've got, as a female, if you've got this doubt in your mind, like, does this guy want to be with me? Does he not? He does want to be with you.
Yeah.
Because when a guy...
Well, no, not always, because I had that doubt with Lockie and he was just going along with how I was. And he's like, no, I thought you were friend zoning me. So not always, but I agree with what you're saying.
Like, from my experience, like, I know when I want to be with somebody,
and
right?
you make the effort, right?
You make the effort and you just know, like, inside. And I've gone through this fairly recently, and it's a feeling that's different to any other. That's why you often see couples that say that are together for like 5 years, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they break up and like they didn't get engaged, they didn't have kids or anything, but they've been together for 5 years. But then the guy will just meet somebody a couple months later, and then within like 3 months, they're engaged, they're having babies, they're moving in together.
Yes.
That is because the guy is ready and he's committed to meeting somebody, and that's his time to do it.
Yeah,
You can never...
You do see those situations happen
You see it
a
all
lot.
the time, because you can never force a guy to progress with you. The guy will want to do it when he knows the time is right for him.
Yeah, oh my God, that would piss me off if Lockie and I broke up and he proposed to some girl after 3 months. You know, people would be like,
this happens.
oh my God.
This happens, and it happens so frequently. I see it time and time again, where relationships go to shit after 5 years, and then somebody meets somebody within a couple of months, they progress so much faster.
But maybe it's because they're like, oh, well, far out. I sat on it for 5 years before. I thought there was always something better and something more out there. And then they meet another girl who maybe like, he might even have similar feelings, but he's like, well, fucking hell, they're similar. I feel the same way. I may as well commit. You know?
Yeah.
You can speak from personal experience, Cal, but you can't speak for everyone, because everyone is so different. But I do understand where you're coming from, and like
I just feel like girls are easily... Like, I just feel like you girls are a little bit more emotional, right? You're more emotionally mature.
Yes,
you got your head screwed on. You know if you like somebody pretty much, like, pretty fast, you know, give or take.
Yes.
But with a guy, it's like, it takes a lot, and it doesn't happen like
Why
straight
does it
away.
take more for a guy?
I don't know. I just feel like we just a bit of slower burn. But didn't you feel the same with Lockie, right? Like you said, at the start it was like not sure, like floating around, but then like it got to a point where Lockie was like, I want, like, he wants to be with you. And like, did you see like a difference? That,
well,
like,
true.
It was,
like that's how I felt at the start of the relationship. People always ask me this question. They're like, are you angry or upset, or do you get in your feels that he hasn't proposed yet after 8 years? And I'm like, oh, honestly, like, I haven't thought about it. Like, I thought about it at the start of the relationship, because I remember him telling me that he wanted to marry his ex, or he was going to propose to her. And then I'm like, well, hello, here's me, and what's happening here then? And then I would ask him, and I don't know what the conversation ended up being or whatever, but we were having a baby together. So I think in his mind he thought, that's pretty serious, you know, like it's similar. So maybe he thought like, oh, I don't have to propose now. Who knows? Anyway, but I do think it is a massive symbol for a girl. For it shows that the guy is like 100% committed, you know? Yeah. Anyway, I don't know what happened there, guys. I don't know why he hasn't proposed yet, but
I know why.
Why? I'm not the one.
No.
He's waiting for something else.
You're waiting for your ring, but your ring is your staircase.
Yeah, literally.
Your 40 grand staircase, that's your ring.
Yeah. I mean, he eventually started bringing up marriage to me, and I was like, oh, okay, yeah. And then I was like, well, I don't really care anymore, Dill. I'm like, I did at the start, but now it's like, oh, meh, whatever.
Yeah, I feel like every relationship runs its course at different times, you know? Like, it shouldn't be like, oh, I'm at this stage now I should technically be married or propose, or I should have babies, or I should have a house. Like, everyone moves at different stages, and it doesn't mean anything.